Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about my meetings with agents and talent managers in LA. I'm going to give you some very useful tips and guidance, and I'm just going to make sure that you're well prepared for whatever's going to come your way and you're going to be successful with your adventure. I think this is going to be helpful if you're coming from anywhere that's outside of LA, whether that be another US state or Europe or the UK. So let me get started. In my mind, I have two very different meetings that I had, so I can kind of balance those out and just, give you an overall perspective. With one of those, I walked in to one male talent agent on his own in the office, which is what I would expect, which is what I would have in the UK most of the time. In the other meeting, I walked into a room of 5 different talent agents. They all had their own stuff to say, they all had their own opinions, they also had conversation amongst themselves while I'm in the room about me. They also had their office dog running around the place. So I would just say you definitely have to be 100% confident in what you're going to present, and you have to know yourself. Because when you have 10 eyes on you and the dog, it adds a whole nother layer of pressure. The similarities, I would say, with both meetings is that if you're coming from outside of the US, all of the agents that I've seen want you to have your visa, your O1 visa, or your green card already obtained, signed, sealed, delivered, and sorted out. So if they see any kind of sign that you're still in the process of, or it's not 100% gone through yet, or worse still, you haven't even started it, that's like kind of a no-go. Like for them, that's like, because there's 100, 200, 300 other actors from the same country that you're coming from who are coming with their papers already sorted out. So please go in there already having your papers like done, your attorney sorted out, it paid for, everything. Another thing I would say is that if you're coming from Europe, or if you're coming from anywhere in the world that is not the US, they want you to be able to do an American accent flawlessly. Not just a standard American accent, that is not enough. Most actors around the world can do a standard American accent. So they'll be asking you for 2, 3, sometimes even 4 different regions, different kind of state accents. So you need to make sure before you walk into that room, you have your standard American accent, you have a Southern American, like an East Coast, and maybe I don't know, a mid, Western or something. But you need to have at least 3 different American accents down in the bag, syllable for syllable, word for word, perfect, flawless, as well as your own accent wherever you're coming from. Another thing that helps is if on top of that you can speak fluent Spanish. That is going to be great for you. What else? Make sure you have your cold reading skills on smash. A lot of these places, when you get there, they like to just hand you a piece of paper and go do that, because they don't want to see the monologues that you've been preparing for the last 2 weeks, the last 6 months, the last year, you've done 1,000 times. They want to give you something new right in front of you, like a cold read, not a cold read where you have 5 minutes out in the hallway to look at the paper. Read that. And read that in this other accent. So before you start approaching these agents, make sure your confidence is 100% there. Make sure that you've met with your accent dialect coach a number of times, and that whichever accents that you're going to choose to specialize in, you have them up and running, and make sure that you have your visa signed, sorted, delivered. Don't expect there to just be one person in the room, because on a few occasions there's been more than one person. And don't allow the fact that the other people in the room are not watching you. They're on the phone, they're running around doing whatever it is that they have to get done, and there's certain times that they're just piping in, add their 10 cents. Don't let that throw you, okay? So yeah, make sure that for the agents and managers that you approach, you check them out, make sure that they're legit, because there are a lot of bogus people out here. Do your research, look on IMDb Pro, check out their website, talk to friends that you know in the industry. Is this person legit? Make sure you do all of your research. Know you know, who's already on their books, who's doing very well on their books, who might be similar to you or who may be different than you. Make sure you have some questions that you want to ask the agent that you have prepared for yourself, which are genuine questions that are specific to that agent, and know why you want that agent to represent you, and make sure you also know what that agent can do for you, because you don't want to go with an agent who, just for the sake of going with an agent, like, you don't want to be client number 500 on somebody's books and then never get called in for anything because that agent is focusing on their top 3 clients who are making them a whole lot of money. It is much better to go with a smaller boutique agency, especially if you're just starting off, or if you are at a place where you're like booking co-stars yet, and like, you know, you're still in the running of things. I hope that you found that helpful. If you have any comments, do drop it in the comment box below. If you liked what I had to say, then share it with your friends and subscribe to me. I'll be back next week. Bye.